and welcome to my channel. My name is Jessie and this video is not a vlog. No. This video is about to get ugly. Okay, that was me trying to be funny. We are reading Uglies by Scott Westerfeld and then we're gonna watch the movie. The movie comes out on Friday. It is starring Chase Stokes and Joey King. It's on Netflix. Very excited about it. And I don't know why this whole thing stems from me seeing the trailer for that movie and being like, oh my gosh, I saw those books all over the place when I was in high school, middle school, around there. These books were everywhere. There's like 4 or 5 books in this series and I never read them. I really wasn't a dystopian girly growing up. I'm still really not, but I'm dipping my toe more into like fantasy dystopian. I've always kind of been a romance girly, but I am excited. I think Netflix does a really great job with movies usually, so I'm excited and I'm hoping I have a good time because I really don't know what this is about. I'm assuming there are like ugly people and pretty people and that kind of like sets the tone for the world and what's available to them and things like that. That is me assuming. I have no idea. But I feel like this book has always been in the back of my mind as something I should pick up, but I just never have. So I got the book from the library and I have the audiobook. We're gonna listen along while I read with my eyes because I really want to hear everything and take everything in, because then I'm gonna watch the movie and I do want to try my best to compare. I'm definitely not a book critic or a film critic. I am just someone who enjoys media and stories. So we'll see. This is my first time doing a video kind of like this, so I'm hoping it goes okay. If you want to know my thoughts and feelings on the book and the movie, stay tuned. Hi guys, it happened. I started Uglies. I am actually at work and I just started it on my lunch break. I'm 2 whole chapters in, but honestly, I'm pretty intrigued. I've already taken a decent amount of notes. I think it's gonna be a deeper dystopian world than I thought. I figured people were just born ugly or pretty, but it's more like a social deal where I think everyone's born ugly and then at a certain age, I don't know if it's everyone or people of a certain class, but at a certain age you get a procedure done that makes you pretty. Gives you bigger eyes and like fuller lips and just makes you look prettier. So the book starts out with the main character Tally, and she's talking about her best friend Paris, and he just had the procedure because he's 3 months older than her. So she's talking like in 3 months she's going to also get this procedure done, and once you turn pretty you like move. There's like what was it called, New Pretty Town and Uglyville are like the cities, I guess. I'm actually very intrigued. I think it's gonna be really interesting. I guess I should show you the book. This is like the OG cover, and this is like very loved from the library. Okay, just a quick update on Uglies. I got to part 2 last night, which I did not expect to get to page 140 last night. But I was just sitting in bed listening and reading this, and I just kept going until I like couldn't keep my eyes open. And I am really liking this. It's like not what I expected, but I guess I didn't really know what to expect. But I know I mentioned the main character Tally was like waiting to turn pretty so she could be with her best friend Paris again. In the meantime, she met Shay and became really fast friends with her. And she did not want to turn pretty. They actually had the same birthday, her and Tally. She like ran away to this far off city and decided not to turn pretty. So then Tally went in to go get her surgery. They told her she couldn't get the surgery because they wanted information on Shay because she was like a missing ugly. So now they sent Tally out on this manhunt to go find Shay and bring her back, or just like find out where she is and what she's doing. So that's where we're at. And I know it is young adult, and it was written in 2005, but it's like very easy to read and understand. And I think that's something I struggle with fantasy, high fantasy, dystopian even, is that sometimes I'm like, what? Like, what is happening right now? And so far, this is so easy to understand. And I'm like in it and not confused and just having a fun time. So I'm gonna get some reading done right now, and I'll check in later. Okay, I am about halfway through and it's just kind of going by pretty quick, which is nice. But I will say I'm kind of confused what the movie is gonna be, because I feel like it might be kind of a boring movie, but I do have 200 pages left, so there's definitely stuff they can cut out, which is actually kind of nice, because then you won't feel like you're missing much in the movie. Tally just got to Shay in the smoke. It's so funny because she is in the library there and they have like artifacts from like our time, 300 plus years ago, when the Rusties were living there. That's like our people. And they found a gossip magazine and she was going through it. And she was talking about how like some people were really fat and some people were really skinny and some people were really ugly. And Shay's like, yeah, they're celebrities. And it's just like so funny because I'm sure it's like a People magazine when they used to take pictures of people unflattering in the ocean. I just remember that growing up. They also talked about how one of the reasons that they have this operation when you turn 16 to turn you pretty is a lot of girls were having issues with food and weight. And so they did this so then girls didn't have to worry about that. They knew when they turned 16 that they would be thin and pretty. I just think like this being written in 2005 really must have hit people. I feel like that was the height of gossip magazines, and I think this was written definitely at the right time. But yeah, I'm curious to see what happens. Okay, I just got to an interesting part. I'm almost to part 3 of Uglies. Tally just figured out like the secret of the pretty operation, and the secret that no one really knows except a certain amount of people is that when people get the procedure done, they also do something in your brain that makes you kind of all think alike, kind of like dumbs you down. And then if you were to like become a firefighter or a doctor, they would remove that lesion from your brain to give you that extra brain power back. It definitely makes sense. They're trying to create this like perfect world. Tally is still in the smoke and she's supposed to have let the like authorities know that she got there so they could come find her and like bust them. But she's learning so much about the world that she didn't know. She's just like hanging out there and she's kind of like creating this relationship with one of them, and his parents are like telling her all these secrets. So I don't know if she's ever actually gonna let the authorities know where she's at. It's a very like slow moving dystopian book. There's not a ton of action, but it is also the first book in the series, so they're setting it up, and it is young adult, but I'm still really enjoying myself, and it's making it a quick read because it's not crazy. I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, I have about a half hour left on the audiobook of this, so like 50 pages I think, and then I will give final thoughts on the book, and then we're watching the movie tonight. Okay, final check-in. I finished the book and I watched the movie, and I really liked the book. I gave the book 4 stars. It was really easy to read and really easy to stay in the story and know what's going on. And I loved the cliffhanger. I ordered book 2 from the library, so I think I'm gonna read at least book 2 and then see. I'm not committing to the whole series. But yeah, I really liked the ending, and the last 50 pages were really like action-packed. The whole rest of the book is pretty slow, but it all worked. For the movie, I liked it. It was beautifully shot and everything looked pretty real, which was like really cool. The acting was pretty good, but there were some like really big changes to the story that I'm not sure that I liked. Obviously, I knew they were gonna cut down a lot of things, and a lot of the cut downs made sense, so I was fine with that. The main change was they made Tally's best friend Paris the bad guy, and they made him a special, and he actually ended up killing someone and going against Tally. Like, he talked her into going to find Shay instead of Dr. Cable just talking her into it. That was a big change, and I'm not sure I liked that, but it makes sense because Chase Stokes, the actor that plays Paris, was really involved in all of the social media and stuff for the movie. And I was like, he's gonna be in there for 10 minutes, but he had a bigger part than in the book, so that made sense. I did like the ending of the movie. It went a little further than the book, and it kind of sets up for a second movie, which I think would be cool. Netflix always does a really good job, in my opinion. I'm definitely glad I took the time to read this 2005 novel before I watched the movie. I think it gives you a lot of backstory that you obviously wouldn't get with the movie, so I recommend reading it and then watching it. But overall, a really fun story, really good dystopian book and movie.